Yeah, go ahead, lean on me. Not too hard, though. I'm liable to topple over. We're going to check in with the NFL Network now and see what's shaking there.
I'm Taylor Bisciotti with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The David Culley era is now over in Houston. The Texans fired their head coach after just one season with the team. The Texans finished 4-13 this past season, but did play better down the stretch, winning 2 of their final 4 games. Texans general manager Nick Caserio says the search for the team's next head coach is already underway. Elsewhere, Raiders tight end Darren Waller and running back Josh Jacobs have no injury designation for Saturday, and both are expected to play in the playoff opener against Bengals. The Niners could have their all-pro left tackle back. Trent Williams returned to practice Thursday after missing the team's last game with an elbow injury. Quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo also practiced in full despite an injured thumb. The injury news not as good in KC. Chiefs running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire did not practice Thursday, one day after returning to the practice field. He's been out 16 with a shoulder injury. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Message and data rates may apply.
Men over 40. Is your body feeling soft and not as lean? Are you losing your energy, drive, or even your passion? If so, you could be loss of growth hormone. The reality is, as early as 25, your production of GH begins to significantly slow down, which means you start slowing down. Well, listen to this. New GH from Nugenix is the world's first and only non-prescription supplement. Safeguards your body's GH production at night when it naturally occurs. Clinical studies show the GH boost can increase your body's own GH levels by more than 100% in the first 90 minutes. And right now, Nugenix is letting every man in America try a complimentary 2-week sample. Bling to 42420. Now, get GH Boost and get your swagger back at the gym and in the bedroom. It's killing at GNC, but you can only get your sample by texting BLING to 42424. That's BLING 42424. Text BLING to 42424.
And, wearing all sorts of bling in the newsroom, Gene Brister, it's blinding, all that gold and diamonds, Gene.
Yeah, Mr. T is my cousin.
Okay.
So we get together sometimes and hang out, and I agreed I'd wear some of his bling. It's a job. It's heavy.
Yeah. And you probably, have to work out a little bit.
Yeah, just to get those gold around my neck.
Yes. You call in a forklift, too.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay. Anything else exciting happening other than you and your cousin T?
Mr. T, yeah, I haven't talked in a long time. He's lapsed all the way to the. That's what I understand. He still makes special appearances now and then in a movie, among other things.
Yeah, and seems like just a nice guy.
Yeah. That's what the report is.
Yes.
We're going to talk about IBC and a mascot for the college.
Okay.
We're going to.
I know they asked me, and I suggested the Dust Devils.
The Dust Devils.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Don't you think, with a little cyclone and maybe a Tasmanian devil at the bottom?
Yeah.
Let's get to work on that.
Okay.
They have they picked? We'll get to that.
We'll get to that story. But,
yes.
It's been a long time coming, so to speak.
Yes. Okay. Nibble Magazine says Kylie Jenner is the first woman to have 300 million followers on Instagram. Okay. I'm sorry, I don't do Instagram. Jenner still has some work to do if she's going to catch up to, arguably, the world's most famous soccer player. Seems as though Cristiano Ronaldo's follower count sits at 389 million. Now, you have to take into consideration his follower count is even more impressive when you consider that he's not allowed to use his hands.
He's not. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, these soccer players can't do that.
That's right. Can't. They forget once in a while that there is an appendage called a hand attached to the body, but it's only if they get caught.
Yes. Okay. You want some birthdays?
Birthdays sound good to me. Both, you're going to do the big shots first.
Yeah. Singer Jack Jones, I think probably best known theme from The Love Boat.
Yeah.
He's 84. Actress Faye Dunaway, Bonnie of Bonnie and Clyde, 81. Yeah. Actor Holland Taylor is 70. T-Bone Burnett, singer, producer, behind a whole lot of music, 74. Actor Carl Weathers, 74, from the Rocky movies and others. Let's see. Actor, producer Dan Schneider is 58. Actor Emily Watts, 55. Actor, comedian Tom Rhodes, 55. LJ is 54. Okay. Actor Jason Bates, 53. Yeah, it's the medication kicking in.
Yeah.
Musician Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters, and 53. Actor Kevin Durand is 48. Actor Ladd, 7. Actor Emiatsi Corianalda, 42. Actor Zach Gilford, 40. Actor Jake Choi, 37. And blues musician Miley Tuttle, 29.
Wow, Miley Tuttle. I've never heard of Miley, but bluegrass.
Yeah.
So it must be good.
Must be.
Must be.
We got local birthdays coming up. Here's an idea. Take a day and visit the Peanut Patch in Yuma. The Peanut Patch. Well, it's a delightful place. You're going to find all sorts of neat things, great gift ideas. And, of course, you're going to find delicious homemade chocolates. You're going to find fresh English toffee, pecan turtles made from a special recipe from scratch at the Peanut Patch. You're going to find so many things, and you're going to find nice people who give you a smile and offer suggestions that you'll love. The Peanut Patch. Head east from Imperial Valley to Avenue 3E, exit from Interstate 8. Turn right, that's south, past MCAS Yuma, till you come to East County 13th Street. Turn left and go about a mile and a half, and you're at the Peanut Patch. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. So many delicious things. We have birthday wishes going out today to Andrea Martinez, Sofia Moreno, John Woo, Eva Robles, Christina Zambrano, Linda Atwood, Carrie Cruz, Cecilia Hernandez, Cindy Johnston, Daniel Lopez, Joe Urales, Todd McCutcheon, Jorge Ornelas, and happy birthday, Sedalia Sanders from KXO. Okie dokie. Mm-hmm. And we did mention, I think today is a Friday, 14th day of January 2022. This year is just flying by, Gene.
Flying by. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Today's payday for some people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you're counting.
Okay.
Just wanted to make that confirmation for some of you that might be trying to figure out, is it today or tomorrow or is it next week?
It's hard to figure anymore. That's why I try and remind you.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Yeah.
What happened? You think if, what would the employees, say, hey, I heard the story, the dog ate your lunch. You will leave. The payroll got eaten by the cat.
Yeah, well.
Got to throw a little variety in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that employers, I'm sure, would try that.
Yeah, that's probably been tried already, so
yes.
Forget it. It's not a good idea.
Okay. Are you ready for real news?
We got real news.
We've got to look at World and California news headlines right now. By Lock Air Conditioning. They are your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for service, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Metal.
CBS News Brief. The Transportation Department's offering money to states to speed up the process of getting commercial licenses to mitigate the severe shortage of truck drivers, leaving store shelves bare. Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
We've got to recruit more people into the job, and we've got to keep them there.
Says played a big part in the great trucker resignation. Retail sales dropped 1.9% during last month's holiday shopping season. A note from CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
These numbers are not actually inflation adjusted, so the fact that prices were up could be a big contributing factor to the increase.
New setback for Novak Djokovic, down under. Scott Mayman from Brisbane.
After the Australian government cancelled his entry visa again, a judge heard a late appeal, but there's been no decision yet. However, the judge says the government's looking at COVID health issues now, which means the case will be transferred from the appeals court to a federal court.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. Those who've been monitoring wastewater in Santa Clara County say signs of COVID are beginning to not as present as a few weeks ago, but County Deputy Health Director Michael Ballius says it's still a problem.
When you look at the data, the level of community transmission and the concentrations in wastewater is still significantly higher than we were 1 year ago.
A disturbing story out of Los Angeles where a 24-year-old furniture store employee was attacked and killed.
She was there by herself, and there was another person in there with her, suspect, and she was attacked by that suspect, and she was killed.
Detective Herman Fredlore with the LAPD. The suspect ran off to have found the victim inside the business. Not known if this was a random act of violence or if the victim knew her attacker. Governor Gavin Newsom denied parole for 77-year-old Sirhan Sirhan, the convicted assassin of Robert F. Kennedy in Los Angeles in 1968. Was recommended for parole in August. Newsom arguing Sirhan poses an unreasonable threat to public safety. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. Kind of in between right now. You don't really need the heater. You don't really need the air conditioner. If you've had problems, right now is the time to get them taken care of. Call your friends at Lock Conditioner and Custom Sheet Metal.
The Lowe's hometown team came back for a second season, focusing on making homes and hometowns better for all. With the help of their general manager, Drew Brees, and players like Najee Harris and Justin Fields, they tackle community projects in hometowns, while also inviting DIYs to join the Lowe's home team by taking on DIY projects of their own. Select Pros rounded out the 2021 Lowe's Home Team. Learn more about the Lowe's Home Team at lowes.com/home team.
This whole wall needs to be shelving too. This is a focal point in our restaurant.
Leilani's new restaurant will have the largest wine cellar in the city. It's a robust sommelier with notes of procurement manager.
3 sections for France. I mean, this is the biggest.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's page one of the local news. Page one is service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. You'll find 2 of them in the valley, in the Raleigh Auto Center, Highway 86 in Julia Drive, and at El Centro Motors. And get ready, soon, a 3rd Quick Lane in the valley. And Gene, before you get started, for our Holtville residents in particular, 2.9 earthquake, 7:05 this morning, 2.9. Oh, on.
Yeah. I heard that rumble was caused by the city manager dropping his ring. Is that any truth to that?
Well, we'll have to check.
All right. Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Friday morning, COVID surge continues.
They have increased by more than 200 since Tuesday. Latest COVID numbers were released Thursday morning by the county public health. According to the new numbers, there are 2,890 active cases of COVID-19 in Imperial County. That's up from 2,603 reported on Tuesday. Deaths attributed to the virus are now at 811. 83 COVID-positive patients are currently hospitalized in Imperial County, 25 of them in intensive care. Health Department says there are 45 ventilators in use countywide. There have now been 6 cases reported in Imperial County. The total number of vaccine doses in the county is now at just over 366,600. Health Department says that's over 80% vaccinated in Imperial County. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The 24th annual Desert Cleanup is coming this Saturday. The Imperial Sand Dunes Recreation Area encompasses a large part of the desert in EEO County. Annually, off-road enthusiasts volunteer their time and efforts to keep the dunes clean for all to enjoy. Volunteers can check in starting at 8 a.m. at the Glamis Beach store, Echo Road, Gordon's Well, or Buttercup. The volunteers will clean up the desert until 11 a.m. Collection will begin at noon at the Glamis Flats and Gordon's area. The event is coordinated by multiple non-profit advocacy groups. KXO News Time, 744.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro suggest the works. The works, including tire rotation and pressure check, inspection, fluid top-off, battery test, filter check, belts and hoses check, and synthetic blend oil change with up to 6 quarts of Motorcraft oil plus oil filter. You can't beat the works. Quick Lane services all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane in Brawley and Eltro, ready to serve.
The annual count of the homeless is coming up the end of this month. Here's more on that story.
Well, you know, we can save them. Just go to the parking lot behind our building and count there, right?
They can add quite a few to the count.
Yes.
It is coming up January 28th and 29th. Imperial County Department of Services, Imperial Valley Continuum of Care Council, and community volunteers will take action homelessness within the Imperial County by conducting the 2022 point-in-time count. Data collected from the account serves as U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development's basis for its annual funding of continuum of care nationwide, which is allocated to profit providers, state and local governments to achieve key outcomes such as quickly rehouse homeless individuals and their families, promote access to programs by homeless individuals and their families, and improve self-sufficiency among individuals and families experiencing homelessness. To volunteer for the count, you must be 18 years older. Virtual training is needed. Next training session is on January 20th, and commit to a canvassing shift. For more information, contact Diana Rosas at co imperial.ca.us. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
That concludes this edition of Local News. Stay with us for Page 2.
Page 1 of the Local News, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley and El Centro. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
This winter, we must all do our part to protect our loved ones from COVID-19. Getting vaccinated gives you the greatest protection against severe illness and death. And for the first time, everyone in the family ages 5 and up is eligible for the vaccine. If you are all fully vaccinated, get your booster to keep your immunity strong. Each other is simple. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find a vaccination near you. Brought to you, California Department of Public Health.
Page 2 of the Local News and the weather, brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. See David or Jose for health insurance, life insurance, auto and home as well.
Imperial Valley College seeking public participation. George Gale explains.
They are launching a contest to determine the look of the school's new Javier Melada, Associated Students Government President, says Imperial Valley College currently in the process of changing the Arab mascot and is asking for input from the community. He said the contest is being held so that everyone will have to be a part of this historic change. It is a mascot drawing contest, and the top three voted the mascot: Desert Warriors, Desert Fox, and Sons. The committee judging the contest entries and select three that will then be submitted vote of the full campus after being touched up by a graphic art. All entries must be submitted February 28th and include a name artwork for the proposed new mascot. New mascot cannot portray any religious or ethnic group. Forms and guidelines are available on the Mascot Identity Task Force webpage. The first 25 eligible submissions will receive a swag bag featuring new Pelia. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
El Centro Regional Medical Center will host a blood drive again. The blood center will be set up at El Centro Community Center on 1st Street from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. That's Friday the 14th. Are welcome, but donors are encouraged. Schedulements. Face masks are required and social distancing will be maintained. Appointments and information is on by going to firststream.org/city of El Centro. Well, a U.S. citizen is arrested for human smuggling. Here's more on that story.
Border Patrol recently stopped a pickup. Vehicle was spotted driving on a field road near Bonds Corner Drain, Highway 98. An interview with the driver determined he was a U.S. citizen, and the 6 occupants in the vehicle were all documented individuals. After a further inspection of the vehicle, just discovered methamphetamine in the pickup. A driver and the occupant were all arrested. Check revealed the driver had 2 standing warrants in Imperial. Warrants were for a probation violation, for possession of a stolen vehicle, and for person control of minor in sexual conduct. The driver was turned over to the Imperial County Sheriff's. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be with a look at the weather.
It's nice to know your options when buying insurance, no matter what you're looking for. David A. Insurance Services offers it all. And being an independent broker, we have many companies to choose from. We continue providing Medicare, life, and health plans, and now offer dental insurance. David H. West Insurance can find the right insurance to fit your needs and budget. Best staff who cares about you. So don't hesitate to pick up the phone and call David Services at 760-352-3411. 352-3411 for a free insurance review. That's 352-3411.
Here's Carroll with an update.
The National Weather Service says overall dry conditions, period clouds, and above normal temperatures will persist through much, if not all, of next week. A disturbance passing by the region today will bring clouds, followed by breeze conditions tonight through Saturday afternoon. The weather will eventually be stalled through at least the first half of next week, providing little day-to-day change in temperatures, highs mostly into the lower 70s across the Real Valley. 44 our high yesterday, 49 the low. Mostly sunny today with a high near 8. South wind 5 miles an hour, becoming north. Mostly cloudy tonight with a low around 55. North-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Saturday, mostly cloudy with a high near 72. Northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. It'll be mostly sunny on Sunday with a high near 7. North wind about 5 miles an hour. And right 56 degrees. % of humidity, wind out of the northeast to 5 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news brought to you by David H. West Insurance Services. Jose for life insurance, health insurance, and Medicare supplemental coverage.
We want to be live happy, work happy. Most of all, we celebrate whatever happy at Burgers and Beer.
Bring your friends, bring your family, and let's make time for a good time. All the drinks, all the food, and service too. Everything you need right here at Burgers and Beer. Burgers and Beer, the best burgers in town.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NFL news, the Houston Texans fired David Culley yesterday, a move that came 4 days after Houston wrapped up a 4-13 campaign. It was his first as head coach. And Dallas Cowboys wide receiver Amari Cooper has been near $15,000 by the NFL for violating the COVID-19 process for unvaccinated players. Seems the Dallas mixed game last week wearing a mask, according to ESPN. And Cardinals defensive lineman J.J. Watt practiced yesterday for the first time, injured his left shoulder. Practice was limited. He may be available for the Monday night game. We'll have that game, Monday Night Football, Cardinals and the Rams. We're going to start our NFL coverage at 1 on FM 107.5, the Raiders and the Bengals. At 5, it's the Patriots and the Bills right here on AM 1230. Sunday, we've got a triple header.
Memorial Healthcare, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of physicians guide you on your journey to health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. The need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and applications in Calexico and Brawl, and of course our award-winning hospital, Pioneers. More information on all of Pioneer services, visit pmhd.org today.
And in the Bucks beat the Warriors 118-99. Grizzlies topped the Timberwolves 116-108. Pelicans pounded the Clippers 113-18 under. Rest the net 39. Nuggets they beat up on the Trailblazers 140-108. And Novak Djokovic faces deportation again after the Australian government revoked his visa for a second time. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you this morning by Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. For choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create an impression for your business. Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from card stationery to computer forms, full brochures, and post. Let our service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 Plaza. Financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan printing to the public. Americans shopped less in December, causing the drop in retail sales since the summer. Sales dropped 0.9% compared with November, adjusted for seasonal swings, according to the Census Bureau. The decline in sales coincided with the surge in COVID cases due to the Omicron variant. In July, the last time sales dropped, it was on the back of due to the variant. And trying to from the U.S. may soon be confronted by, problems starting next week. There are likely to be no commercial flights for China as Beijing tries to keep coronavirus infections out ahead of the 2022 Winter Olympics. And the Wall Street gap is widening again. Big banks had a stellar end to 2021 with rates on the rise, yet many are hurting from surging prices and burnout from the COVID-induced labor shortage. So what's happening on the big board? Well, it's all red. The Dow off 279 points at 828. The S&P 500 down 19 at 79. The NASDAQ at 14,783. That's off 4 points. Meanwhile, gold up 10 cents an ounce is up 8 cents a barrel.
Southwest Security Company is the security company protecting your property or your and now offering live scan fingerprinting to the plus. West Postal with post office boxes access 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, with shipping services too, using DHL, UPS, and FedEx. There can be at the Kyle and 4th Street in El Centro. And if you need something to say too, you can count on Southwest Security and Southwest for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
It will be mostly sunny today with a high near 78, south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming north. Tonight will be cloudy with a low around 55, north-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. Mostly cloudy tomorrow with a high near 72, northwest wind 5 miles an hour. 56 degrees, 43% relative humidity, wind out of the northeast 325 miles an hour. Air quality good in the valley, moderate in Calexico, unhealthy in Cali. Financial news brought to you by the Southwest Securities, offering 4-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest 4th and Ohio, El Centro.
Cocopah Casino and Resort is handing out cold cash in January. You could win up to $1,000 with a grand prize of $5,000 in cold cash. Every Friday and Saturday between 4 and 8 p.m., 2 winners every hour could win up to $1,000. Then on January 29th, the winner will be drawn for $5,000. You can earn entries now by playing your favorite slots or table games with your rewards card. See the Rewards Club for details. Cocopah Casino has your cold cash. Love our local Cocopah Casino, South Highway 95 in Somerton.
KXO, El Centro, California.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by the Exogen Temporal Scanner.
I'm Steve K. In December, a new government report says retail sales fell as people dealt with COVID, soaring prices, and product shortages. News Business Jill Schlesinger says for the year, sales appear to be strongly higher.
Total sales for the 12 months of 2021 were up by 19.3% from 2020. It's important to note these numbers are actually inflation adjusted, so the fact that prices were up could be a big contributing factor to the increase.
In a where some shelves are empty, PBS's Errol Barnett tells us the trucking industry says 80,000 additional drivers.
Mickey Company connects trucking applicants with employers. Once they see how much time in the truck is unpaid, many quit.
I had seen a guy just this morning. He'd been sitting there for 3 to 4 hours, just sitting there, and he's not making any money.
You're basically paying the company for the privilege of picking up a load.
Patrick Penfield is a professor of supply chain practice at Syracuse University and believes better pay structures would fix backlogs.
These poor truckers kind of at the mercy of these ports, these other destinations.
Secretary Buttigieg says that's one idea they are studying.
We need to look at these compensation issues if we really want to solve trucking.
It could be bad for drivers of all kinds. Storm systems rolling through the promises to make for a messy weekend in a lot of places. CBS meteorologist David Parkinson.
So for as much as just shy of a foot of snow to portions of Iowa today, and then it's going to dive south past Kansas City, St. Louis, down as south as Jackson, Mississippi, where you could be seeing snow.
Then it rolls up the East Coast with the potential for a foot of the mountains of West Virginia and North Carolina. In Australia, reporter Neyman with the latest on Novak Djokovic's legal struggle.
After the Indian government cancelled his entry visa again, a judge heard a late appeal, but there's been no decision yet. However, the judge says the government's looking at COVID issues now, which means the case will be transferred from the appeal to a federal court. Djokovic is expected to be placed in detention at an upcoming immigration meeting. At one time, the judge then plans to announce a decision.
In 1996, NASA experts indicated a meteorite from Mars found years earlier had compounds from living creatures. But now a new assessment says there's no evidence of primitive at all. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 60 points. CBS News. Fever is the number one COVID symptom, so be safe with a thermometer. Only Exergen is proven accurate in more than 100 studies. Learn more at Exergen.com.
I need postcards printed and designed. Oh, and a targeted direct mail campaign.
It's possible. I need my presentation printed and perfect. Also, your local Staples store can help your business navigate the future work with custom printed sales and marketing materials. Now get 20% off custom printed labels, postcards, flyers, brochures, and more. $60 at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 120 in store only. See staples.com/print for details.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk going to public, so we decided to sing about it.
Get strong for your South Pole. Charmin keeps you undisputed. Shiny, New Year. Come to us, Charmin. Happy New Year. Holiday. Charmin, sing merry and bright. Charmin, sing wide.
Charmin Ultra Strong just cleans better. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Be afraid and expect the worst was the message linked with cyber attack that official websites in Ukraine. This is Cammy McCormick.
Ukrainians say the attack has left many websites down. NATO Secretary General has condemned attacks and said the alliance will sign an agreement with Ukraine closer cooperation. Who is behind? Ukraine has blamed Russians' links to the Kremlin for previous attacks. The country's ambassador to the U.S. told CBS that the attack could be a Russian invasion of his country.
North Korea fired appeared to be a pair of short signals to the third launch by North Korea in 2 weeks. It comes after Pyongyang warned stronger and certain reaction pressure sanctions from the U.S. The government labeled provocation. Hey, C News.
Carroll, please.
Everybody met you.
Carroll Buckley.
You're the talk of the town.